I think everybody has uh, an artist or a song that um, is part of their childhood. Something that just makes them smile when they hear it. Um, for me, that's Paul Simon. I still like Paul Simon. I still enjoy everything, pretty much anything he's ever put out, to be honest. Never been a particular fan of Simon and Garfunkel. That wasn't really my thing, but him, absolutely. And that started in my childhood. One of his songs, Late in the Evening, which is a great song, and if my favourite version of that is on a live album, Live in Central Park, 1991. It's one of my favourite albums to listen to. Late in the evening, the first thing I remember, I was lying in my bed. It couldn't have been no more than 1 or 2, and I could hear the sound of the radio coming from the room next door. My mother laughed the way some ladies do. And absolutely, that's a memory from my childhood. My parents, they knew how to party. They had good friends, and they had a good time. They also had a killer stereo, which later in my early to mid-teens I enjoyed very much. And that cassette album of Graceland was one that I cherished. It was in Mum and Dad's collection, and very soon it became mine. And then later, Rhythm of the Saints. And just following it. And something that I like so much about Paul Simon is what I call the Paul Simon School of Lyrics. And there's a few artists that I'm very fond of who subscribe to that. This just fun, just whimsical nature, just playing with subjects, nothing too serious. And he dips into politics, but never in a way, not like, what's his name? I'll think of it in a second. But he's not serious about politics, they're not profound lyrics and profound songs. They're a bit more fun than that. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, so evoking so many memories from my childhood, from the fun that Mum and Dad had when I was a kid. Who was it? Bill Gates, I think, said that your mum and dad weren't that boring. They just got that way, bringing you up. And I can see that. I can see the remnants, the sort of the shadows of their previous life. And I'm kind of fond of that. I like that. And he was still putting out music. Paul Simon was still putting out great albums all the way up until, I think, 2018. And so many of the artists from that era, their voices have sort of gone to shit, really, haven't they? You listen to Dave Gilmour's album, Rattle That Lock. His voice isn't great anymore. And I can't remember the album name, but the last one that Keith Richards did was pretty awful. In my opinion, of course. Paul Simon, right to that last album, his voice has never changed. He sounds the same as he ever did, and he's still having fun with silly subjects, with crazy, with just, you know, esoteric stuff. One of my favourites on that 2018 album that he released, Stranger to Stranger, is called Wristband, and it describes a story. You know, he's in a bar, he's got his band, and he goes outside for a cigarette, and the door locks behind him. He's like, oh no, now I've got to go around the front. And he goes around the front, and the bouncer's there saying, well, where's your wristband? And he's like, I don't need a wristband. I'm in the band. You know, that's me. It's like, sorry mate, no wristband, no entry. And it's this wonderful dialogue, this journey that he takes you on, of just being irritated by these people in his life who can't see past the rules. And like I said, he doesn't do politics particularly, but there's just a little hint there, a little nod towards, geez, are we really doing this? Is this the way the world is becoming? But yeah, I like that. So yeah, massive influence in me, such a beautiful memory of my childhood and of my parents enjoying their youth, and still music that I enjoy to this very day. Give me that Graceland album. I will listen to that from start to finish every day of the week and twice on Sundays. I absolutely love it. And check out that live album, live in Central Park 1991. I think he did a couple, but that one's my favourite, and yeah, it's really cool. And he does a couple of those Simon and Garfunkel tracks, including The Sound of Silence. I think it's the last track on the album, and it's just beautiful, quite haunting. But yeah, so enjoy.